What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Formula America podcast. We're your hosts, Kurt and Dylan, and we are going to attempt to unpack whatever happened this weekend. This was one of those wild weekends all throughout.
Absolutely wild. I don't even, from start to finish, mistakes, I am stupids, the works.
Yeah, it was. I don't recall another qualifying session quite like this one. For one, it took forever. It was like 2 hours long.
It set the record for the most red flags in any qualifying session.
It was crazy. It was like as soon as it got going again, red flag. And you're like, oh my God, just get it together. And it wasn't even raining really.
No. And it was kind of funny, like Q2, Max was still in the pits when everybody was going out in the beginning of it. And everyone was like, why is he still, has he noticed all the red flags going out? You should probably go set a time, actually. Like,
yeah, I remember looking at that. His car didn't even have wheels on.
Yeah.
But, man, all right, so let's talk about quali. We had, like you said, 6 red flags. Albon went out.
Yep.
Hulkenberg crashed. I think did he ever come back?
Nope.
Okay. So Albon, Hulkenberg. Then we had
Beerman.
Pierre Gasly, Beerman, he crashed. Pierre Gasly spun out, and then Colapinto decided that I'm done as well. He just put it into the wall right next to him. Then we had Charles Leclerc, I am stupid, and Oscar Piastri. A rare mistake by the Australian.
Like you get on the throttle too soon, back end gets loose, and you smack the wall, kind of like Lando did in FP1, right, where he crabbed the car back because he just gave it a little too much gas coming out, and it was a little slippery. All right. That's totally fine. But just putting it into the wall the way he did was like, what was that?
Yeah.
Was there a hot chick in the stands you were staring at? Like, what was going on over there?
Somebody held up a Foster's and a Vegemite sandwich.
Yeah, and he was like, ooh, and just straight into the wall. Like,
yeah, uncharacteristic. Normally, Oscar is like the unflappable. Like he doesn't make these mistakes. Jr. Yeah, exactly. And so that was like the first of it. And, I think that it was kind of foreshadowing, but I don't think anybody could have anticipated what was going to happen later. But
and also along those lines too, Leclerc the whole time looked so unsettled going around that track in quali. He was sliding everywhere where every corner it flashed to him, he was coming out of it sideways. And you're like, that is a bold move, Cotton. We'll see that's how it played out. He crashed into the wall. Like, yeah. It was a little bit wild.
It was. Yeah. And it just seemed like, I don't know, all weekend, like you mentioned earlier, practice, all the practice sessions, people were hitting the walls, scrubbing the walls. Like, yeah, you got to find your limits. But it was like the bottom just fell out when it got to quali. And I don't know. It was one of those kind of strange sessions. Super exciting, though.
Very exciting.
And it led us to having Carlos Sainz and Liam Lawson looking like they were going to start on the front row for a little bit, which would have been wild.
Would have been wild, right? Until Maxi Boy did the Super Max special. And
man, Max Verstappen
once again them by 4.5 tenths of a second.
Just once again, man, that was he did it. He did what he does.
That Red Bull loves low downforce. I don't know how it's going to do in Singapore. I don't know if they've been bringing out crazy updates. They've been really quiet about it. That's a high downforce track, so makes me a little nervous. But these past 2 light downforce tracks, that Red Bull comes alive.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in Max's hand, even in Yuki's hands this weekend.
Dude, we're going to talk about Yuki, but God, dog, that dude drove his heart out this weekend.
He sure did. Yeah. All right. So before we move on to the race, I do want to also talk about Oscar Piastri goes out. And so now this is the chance for Mr. Lando Norris to seize the opportunity.
You got one shot. One opportunity.
Oh man, the vomit was not only on his sweater, but he was not.
And it was his mom's spaghetti, I bet.
So on this, I was thinking about it. When he went out for quali, I don't actually really fault him for where he's at. I just sat back and I was doing the onboard of his whole quali lap. I feel like Mercedes had to take a gamble. They had to take a chance. So either you put him out front on a track that has been getting sprinkled on for a little bit during the red flag, or you run the risk of putting him out behind people. And we've already seen that there's been red flags left and right. So I think they had to put him out front, and you could see the track got better with each person that went past it.
And Lando did a safe lap. He didn't take a risk. He put a good time on the board, hoping that the track would not improve like it did. I don't fault Lando's quality. It's easy to make fun of it, but he did what he needed to, and as the track improved, that's racing sometimes.
It is. So unfortunately, he wound up starting just 2 places right in front on the grid of Oscar Piastri.
So we're going to pause there and we're going to go to race day.
And let's see if there was some more opportunities missed.
Dude, that race lining up, the lights coming on was just like, oh my gosh, what is going to happen? We have Max next to Carlos Sainz with Liam Lawson and Kimi Antonelli.
You could feel the tension. It was palpable. It was in the air.
But I do want to talk about Max going with hard tires. You're on P1. You had a quali that had 6 red flags. You're starting next to Carlos Sainz, Liam Lawson, and Kimi Antonelli. You put hard tires on the car. That, I think, was a level of confidence that Red Bull hit on the head. Right. Great strategy call. Great confidence. And that was the right. But
he was asked about it, and he said that he pushed for those hard tires. That was his choice, and Red Bull trusted him like they should. If it's Max Verstappen, you should trust him. But the amount of confidence on that decision, and just the fact that he knew at that point that he had to get in front, and he just felt confident that he'd be able to.
And when the lights went out, he chopped across and cut Carlos Sainz off immediately. Just, Liam Lawson, and Liam Lawson's not going to go down and try and take Max out. I don't think he's quite that brave. And so I think it was, very big brain move by Max. Mm-hmm. And then everyone went through T1 and was like, I'm getting ahead of myself. Oscar Piastri on the start.
Oh, man. I didn't even notice. I was so in tune to what was happening up front. I didn't even see that. Dude jumped the start, hit anti-stall, and got passed by literally everybody.
Literally everybody. Fernando Alonso missed him by that much, by the hair on his chinny chin.
Man, once again, another opportunity. Here we go. Oscar's now in the back of the pack.
And it wasn't a little jump start. He straight up bottled the start.
Yeah. It was just weird. Oscar was he didn't seem comfortable all weekend. He was out of it. I don't know. It was strange. But he didn't have to, focus for too long, because turn 5, he goes around the outside, locks up, and what looked like an abnormally long lockup. It's just skirting straight into the corner.
Lockup with the steering wheel turned all the way over, and the car was just toboggan. It was I'm not feeling like turning today. Sorry about that, big guy.
When I saw that, I was like, maybe he had some sort of damage, because it just looked strange the way it happened. But
we didn't watch it live together, so I was on lap 30. You had just started it, and you're like, all right, here we go. And I was like, so it was going to be about 20 seconds before the memes start rolling in. But I'm already 30 laps in, and I know Lando's not doing anything with it. So watching your excitement was awesome.
Dude, I thought this was our chance. I was like, Lando's going to make quick work of Leclerc and everybody else, which, let's talk about on the other McLaren side. Lando did not have a good start. He got passed by Isaac Hadjar. Then the red flag for Piastri's crash comes out, and at the restart,
safety car.
Yeah, safety car, yeah. And then at the restart, it was like he wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, what was it? Alex Jakes was like, wakey, wakey, Lando, what are you doing?
Yeah, it was like, now's your opportunity. You need to seize every chance that you get right now.
You've got 2 shots, 2 opportunities to make everything you ever wanted.
It's like the universe is like, all right, try again, buddy. Come on,
you can do this. No.
And then Charles Leclerc gets by him, and then he just sat there for majority of the race, it seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, it was... The race definitely didn't get stale at any point. There was so much strategy and pit stops, and there was so much battling throughout the entire pack. At a certain point, I was aggravated. I remember on turn 10 or lap 10, the timing tree wasn't at interval yet. It was still on leader, which drives me nuts. Who's in DRS? What are all the intervals? And then I realized on lap 10, the spread between the first car and the 19th car was 16 seconds. I was like, okay, I guess I don't really need interval. Everybody's in DRS range, except for Max, who's already gone.
Yeah.
But it was Kimi and George were battling it out. Liam was battling it out. Yuki kept Lando at bay. The Ferraris were all over it. It was kind of a little bit wild the whole time.
It really was. The only downside was that DRS train was powerful. It's like if you weren't super close coming out of that last turn so that you could kind of make a differential. But if like we saw with Lando and Yuki, as long as Yuki had DRS, Lando couldn't catch him. He couldn't make up enough distance to really go for a move, I felt like.
Which also says something about that Racing Bulls that Liam Lawson was in, who had no DRS and was unpassable.
Yeah.
By a Red Bull, a McLaren, and a Ferrari. It's like, that's a little ominous, isn't it? Like,
dude, Liam Lawson, the amount of
cojones,
intensity, and just all the concentration that dude lap after lap, not to put a foot wrong, looking in your rearview mirror and seeing not only a Red Bull but a Ferrari and a McLaren. That's got to be commendable.
The fact that it was Yuki's Red Bull, I'm sure, was a massive amount of motivation.
Yeah, he's like, you're not getting by me, buddy.
I will say, and not because I'm not a giant fan of Lando, but I've also seen a couple of the commentators do it. Lando never really went for it. He never tried the dive bomb down the inside. He was definitely playing some cat and mouse where he'd get out a little bit and see if he could make the other guys react. But I mean, it felt like, you remember watching Monza Perez last year, where he kept on like trying into the first chicane to make a pass, but he's also being really ginger about it. And you're like, dude, if you're going to get this done, like, let's get it done. And I felt the same way about Lando, where I'm like, okay, your title rival is out. You're down by 31 points. You're in the fastest car, or should be the fastest car. Like, whether you get 6 points or 0 at this point's a moot point. Like, you better go get past them.
Yeah, I feel I was very frustrated watching that. I feel like, the way that Lando did it was very safe. He would have had to take a pretty big risk. I feel like it would have been sending it from really far back. Chances of collision were really high, and I feel like he was just playing it a little too safe. Yeah, we would have loved to seen it, but then if he would have crashed, I think we'd be having a different discussion. I don't know. I don't think the car was fast enough to make
6 points was bleh.
I know it was such a disappointment when, you go out with an engine failure, Oscar's able to capitalize and get points. Now's your time to make up that difference and go into the following, 7 races a lot closer. I just wish he would have just been able to do a little bit more there.
It was frustrating. It was definitely frustrating. Changing subject a little bit. Carlos Sainz.
Smooth operator, baby.
The smooth operator. Starting on those mediums, he pitted, dropped back to 8th. Russell did get past him, but was just cool as a cucumber. Yeah. I mean, what an awesome job. And what I love is one of the commentators said it. So this is the first podium for Williams since 2021. But that podium wasn't on merit. It was a wet race. There's chaos. There's a lot of people that fell out of the race. There's a couple of crashes.
Oh, that's the race that got stopped or whatever.
Yep.
George Russell. Yeah.
Didn't even finish all the way. So it wasn't quite on merit. The last podium they got on merit in green flag racing was 2017. So
long time.
It's been a hot minute. So I thought that was really cool. And Sainz, after what an awful first 3 quarters of the season, has a hell of a pick me up.
And I thought maybe on Saturday that it was because the track conditions were very tricky, and maybe that car, we got to see that Russell did get past him, but Sainz was actually out there driving his ass off, and that car was actually quick,
and that Mercedes was getting past him. Like he wasn't different playing field.
And I mean, for the longest time, him and Max just kind of checked out. Like Max really checked out, but Carlos was pulling 5+ seconds to the P3. And man, who would have thought at the beginning of this year that Carlos Sainz in a Williams would have a podium before Lewis Hamilton in a Ferrari?
I did not have that on my bingo card.
Never did I think that was going to happen.
We've had a Nico Hulkenberg podium. We've had in a Sauber. We've had a Williams Sainz podium. Next, you're going to tell me that
Lance Stroll?
No, it's not going to happen.
Let's not go that far. It's just crazy world.
You're already in crazy land. It's not that far. It was what a race.
Yeah, I was actually really pleased with this, and I feel like Baku is one of those that there was a stinker a while back, but I feel like it's just been good recently.
A little bit nervous. I have more hopes that Singapore is going to be a banger after all of the chaos of this one, because Singapore's got even tighter streets. I mean, it's harder to pass, but it's easier to crash.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit more hope for that being a fun race.
Yeah, and that's going to be interesting to see too, because like you said, that Red Bull is fast in low downforce. Singapore's high downforce. So I think it's
high
exciting,
downforce, but also high risk.
Exactly. And I feel like Max is really good at that.
Yeah.
But it's exciting to think that potentially, Max might be able to come back and maybe challenge Lando in the championship, maybe get up there towards Oscar.
It'd be fun. It'd be really fun.
It would be. I really wish that car was more consistent over all the different track types, just a little bit. So could you imagine if we had a 3-way battle for the championship right now?
And I like that Max is in the underdog, right? Like if Max was in P1 right now, we'd be like, oh, is Oscar Orlando going to catch up to him? And be like, It's the fact that it's Max doing the catching is like, I like this. This could be good. Dude,
I swear, if he starts taking more points out of Lando, I think that Lando might completely crack and then just fall apart.
I am here for it.
I want to see Max and Lando both start taking points out of Oscar, so that at least comes close between the three of them, and so that just to build that a little more excitement towards the end of the season.
I agree, and this was Lando's chance. At this point, I want Lando's socks blown off. I'm like, bro, if you can't give when it's given to you, and you can,
yeah. I don't know. I don't think it was all his fault. I think that he did what he could with what he had this weekend. I don't think that McLaren.
I think the problem was is Zach
car.
Brown just didn't have anybody to tell to get out of the way for Lando to have a chance. He didn't tell Lando to crash his car. Piastri crashed. It would have been fair for Lando to crash. Why didn't Zach step in and make this happen?
I love all the memes. It shows like when Lando's car broke down and it looks like Andrea Stella's trying to hide a smile, and then when Oscar hits the wall, Andrea Stella's like about to cry almost. Oh man, whatever.
Let's do zeros and zeros, and we'll hit a couple of these other ones. Can we agree though that Sainz is on both of our heroes list? Absolutely deserves it. Let's name some other ones.
For sure. Before we move on, did you see the video they put out where Sainz got the unicorn sticker?
Yes, I did.
So
he's going to have to keep it on there now.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, this little girl, they were doing like a meet and greet or something, and this little girl like drew a picture of a unicorn and asked him to put a sticker on his helmet. And he was like, if you get me a sticker, I'll put it on. He put it on. He comes in on the podium. They actually asked him about it in the cool down room.
Yep.
And now he's going to, it's called either Sprinkles or Sparkles, the unicorn.
Yeah, something like that. Or Glitter or something like that. It was.
Yeah. And so now that unicorn is a staple on his helmet. I guarantee it.
Oh, yeah. I'd leave it on there. It'd be painted on after that.
Yeah. She's probably going to be at the next race. Just flown out, anything she wants.
Did you see, you sent me the video, but I saw it as well. The, Carlos and Leclerc driving to Monaco because their flight got diverted together. Carlos is on cloud 9 and Leclerc's over there probably chewing on glass, calling his therapist.
Hey, so how's that Ferrari?
I don't look so stupid now, eh?
He's just singing Smooth Operator the whole way.
Just on
Charles Leclerc's just like, can we stop this, please? All right, moving on. Heroes and zeros. Oh man, let's go. I'll start off with the zeros. How about that?
Go for it.
All right, my first zero, I'm going to go for the entire McLaren team.
Yeah, I agree.
Oscar Piastri, bad weekend.
Awful.
Lando Norris had some opportunities to capitalize and did not, especially with the restart and the start. And once again, the Jackman. Or the what was it this time? The right front wheel man for Lando's pit
the wheel
stop.
gun.
Golly.
4.5 second pit stop.
He's got to be nervous next time he comes in for a pit. He's just biting his nails, just hoping it goes well.
He's just hoping that Oscar's going to be there to switch with them.
It's like, Zach, can Oscar please have a slow pit stop next time?
Why? It's his turn.
Just Zach's out there, just like disconnecting a hose for the wheel gun.
Why is Zach on the front wheel gun? What is going on? Is he Where's his helmet at?
Boy, that's a big Jack man. All right.
He's Oscar. He's Lando's Jack man.
All right, next. I'm going to go with, I think I'm just going to do teams. I'm going to go with Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton out in Q2. Charles Leclerc hit the wall. In the race, I thought that they would be able to move up a little bit. They're just kind of anonymous, just stuck in that DRS train. So yeah.
Did you see Lewis's radio where he was asking for help?
No, I did not.
So apparently, like towards the end of the race, he was like talking to Ricky. He was like, "Hey man, I need like, where am I losing time at? I need some advice." He asked, he was like, "Can I have some advice? Where am I losing time at?" There's like this long pause. I mean, like the video kind of sped up a little bit. And then it came down. He's like, 7/10 sector 2. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And Lewis was like, what? Like, hey man, and there was just silence. And it was like, wow, that's.
He's doing that fake thing where the radio's cutting out.
Like,
I can't hear.
Turn. Just.
He's covering the mic. He's like, how much did we pay for this guy?
He's like, hey, I can hear that. Oh, we are checking.
Yeah, that was sad. And then at the end, they asked Lewis to swap back positions.
And he did.
And apparently the radio call came a bit too late and he wasn't able to slow down in time.
Did you see him in the press conference afterwards?
No.
He said, he was like, I'll make an apology to Leclerc about that. He was like, it was the end of the race. I was zoned in. He was like, I knew there was like 0.01% chance I might pass the guy in front of me, but he was like, I was just really hopeful. And he was like, luckily it's P8, P9. I don't think, right. He's like, that's not going to happen again. But, and they asked Leclerc about it. He was like, it's P8 and P9. I don't care.
Right. Yeah. Charles Leclerc is in kind of like a no man's land in P5 in the championship. A point or two is not going to make a difference.
No.
All right. My final one, I'm going to go with another team. I'm going to go with Alpine.
God, dog.
Am I taking ones off of your list?
All of them. That was my entire list. Verbatim. Let me keep talking. I'll work on some alternates over here.
Alpine. We have Pierre Gasly going to the runoff. No big deal. At least he didn't hit a wall. But then comes Franco Colapinto. He decides that he will hit the wall in kind of a weird way, too. He just went around, locked up the rear end, it looked like. I don't know if the brake balance is off or what, but put that into the wall. And then they get to the race and they come in P18 and P19, the last of the runners. So,
and the Alpines, only people to be lapped.
Man, it's just not looking good. I don't know if they just threw a bunch of money at Pierre or he knows something about next year, but he signed on a multi-year contract with that team. So
it's karma for the Flavia Briatore.
Yep. All right. What do you got left?
Yeah, I'm pulling some alternates out. Alexander Albon. Pretty bad race. Penalties, needless crash out in turn 1 with, I don't remember who, but.
When he hit Colapinto?
It was a Colapinto that he hit. It
was sloppy. Didn't need to be there.
It was blah. Haas as a whole, Ocon was nowhere to be. I mean, just more blah. When you have Racing Bulls and one of the Williams doing what they're doing and just nowhere.
Well, also Ocon got disqualified from quali.
Yeah, that's right. He did get disqualified from quali. Yep.
And for the that team. Yeah, no good.
And if I'm going to throw anybody else under the bus, let's go ahead and throw Aston Martin under the bus. Fernando's P15, Lance Stroll P17 in front of the Alpines. Just bleh.
Yep.
That's
anonymous.
Anonymous, right? You took
Fernando,
the hardcore zeros, so I went for the anonymous ones, I guess.
Yeah, you got Fernando reacting off of Piastri, which I guess is
that's fair.
It's gonna happen.
I'm not hating him for that one.
Even he was like, "Yeah, sorry guys," but yeah, it's just not good for them. All right. What do you got on your heroes?
So I would love to just put Maxi Boy on this, but I am putting Red Bull and the Racing Bulls. The Red Bull family as a whole dominated this weekend. I mean, Yuki finally showed up. Yuki should have his own hero spot. Like This is the best finish he's had in that Red Bull. He couldn't get past Liam Lawson, but Liam Lawson deserves his own winner spot, a hero spot for keeping a Red Bull, a McLaren, and 2 Ferraris behind him lap after lap after lap like a boss.
Yep.
Isaac Hadjar looked like he had some technical issues. He was up there and then fell back and it didn't, but he still finished in the points. I mean, just Red Bull family as a whole. Damn.
Yeah, they did well. Hadjar did. He had a couple mistakes, and he did come out and say that the issue that happened in the race was his fault. It wasn't the car.
Interesting. I missed that.
He did something. Maybe he clicked something on the steering wheel. I don't know.
There's enough buttons on there for that to be possible.
Yeah, very easy to do.
And I'm going to do. I that takes like four heroes all in one. So my only other one I'm going to say is I'm going to throw Antonelli a bone. I know George Russell is on the podium. He definitely deserves it. Merc as a whole, but Antonelli kind of finally came back, and I was happy to see him back.
Yeah, that was good to see. I think everybody's kind of an Antonelli fan.
Yeah.
So,
all right, go ahead.
All right.
I know I sold a bunch right there, but
you did. You decided to take 4 people off of the list.
Yeah.
So
you can hit the individuals. I was just, they all kind of deserved it though.
So I will say I did have Max and Tsunoda on there. So Red Bull as a whole. I just want to say, man, Max Verstappen again, just showing why he is a 4-time world champion, and just he's so good, so
fun to watch.
I am gonna say George Russell.
Yeah,
came into the weekend with a respiratory infection. If
is
you
that
could
what
hear
we call
his
COVID now,
maybe I don't know. If you could hear his radio messages in practice, he was like sounded like this, like it was miserable. And then also they're like, oh, he flew in on a private plane with multiple other drivers. So then you're like, oh, who else is going to get sick? But no, Russell fought back from that and freaking wound up on the podium, just doing what Russell does. Yeah. He is so consistent and he is so good. No matter how much I do not like the guy, you have to respect what he's doing. So
I 1000% agree.
Let's see. I also had on there Liam Lawson. I think he definitely deserves it, even if it's second mention. Yeah. Just great job. Almost started on the front row. So good for him. Let's see who else I could throw on there as my last, since you took my other guys. You know what? I'm not. I don't know if anybody else deserves it much. Yeah, that's fair. Like, we already said Sainz, so I'll stick with him.
All right. Let's go over to these predictions.
Okay.
So close.
I wish I hadn't have changed
mine. You
had
had my prediction that it should have been, but I didn't want to do it because I would have jinxed him.
All right, let's start with pole. I had Max Verstappen on pole.
You sure did. I had Piastri.
Piastri was in the wall.
For the first time. P3, I had Lando, who was way the F in the back.
Well, P3, I had Charles Leclerc, who was
even further back.
Wait, was he?
Yeah, oh, yeah. He was even further back. P2, I had Supermax. I didn't think that. I should have. I thought with that long straightaway, he wasn't going to be able to hold the McLaren's back the whole time.
Yep.
But I was wrong.
P2, I had Piastri, who was actually he was behind a wall watching the race on his phone. Where are these drivers getting these phones from?
Somebody's phone.
Jeez. All right.
Yeah.
P1 had P1.
Piastri, who was hanging out behind a wall watching the race on the phone.
P1, I swapped Max for Norris, a last second decision, and I wish I didn't.
Yeah, I bet you do. My wild card, I had Russell top 5. I should have gone Russell podium. Good grief.
You got it. Yeah. My wild card, I had Yuki top 8. So
nailed it. That. So how many? You got 3 points then?
I got the wild card, and then I got pole. Yep.
So Kurt extends his lead by 1, 26-23.
Yes.
I also just want to point out, what do you think our average points haul per weekend is? Because I have it calculated.
I would say 2.
Mine is 1.5 and yours is 1.7.
Hey, that's all that matters. All right.
Last And probably the least is fantasy. Where
oh no, definitely not the least.
Where I got my teeth kicked in because Piastri lost me 32 points. And then for some reason, I still have Ocon and Behrman on here who together gave me 12 points. So I dropped out of the top 10 down to P11.
Yep.
Oh, Mr. We are checking over here. You had a pretty good points haul.
I did.
Nothing crazy, but pretty good points haul.
Yeah. Carlos Sainz, he got me good points. I had Yuki Tsunoda.
Albon even got you 13 points.
Yep.
So we're still looking at Advantage Max sitting on top by a mile by 422 points.
He's pulling out.
He's pulling away. Seat Full of Water Racing in P2. Providence Racing in 3. My Cars 1. Womp Womps. Surefire. Gimme the Steering Wheel. We are checking Pod Squad at number 10. Rohan's Team Shumi.
You know, what's interesting is the top 6 stayed the same. Nobody moved.
Yeah. And then really you and Gimme the Steering Wheel jumped me, Rohan, and Pod Squad.
Yeah.
So.
Very nice.
Yep.
Well, we just got off a break, and now we're heading right back to a break because we have a week off before Singapore.
Like I was saying, Singapore will be interesting. I'm a little bit nervous.
Singapore is it's one of those tracks where it's visually stunning. It's physically demanding on the drivers. They're always, at the verge of heat exhaustion or even farther. Logan Sargent had to back out and retire one year here because he was so dehydrated. But it's one of those. It's a demanding track. It's very tight.
It's a very high speed, high risk track. I mean, this is
and there's also iguanas that you got to swerve around.
You do have to look out for the iguanas. That is a thing.
Man. All right. Well, if you like this podcast, make sure you leave us a rating and a review. Share it with a friend. Like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And I think that might be it, at least for me, Dylan. Do you have anything else?
That's all I got.
All right. Well, on that note,
stay classy, America.
We'll see you next time.